yusufislam.com. You'll be able to get to it from there, and people just be able to download it and enjoy and sing along. I hope that this will become a kind of a moment which will be defined by those words. You know, 'cause those words are very important. You know, my people, and we are all, you know, one people. So I think it's a great moment for us to enjoy it.
Just a quick thought, Yusuf, about 30 seconds to go. I wonder, you know, we've seen musicians come together en masse for events such as these. Do you see this where you might rope in some other musicians from around the world to perform this as well?
Yeah, I hope so. You know, when I get to sing this thing on stage as well, you know, when I'm planning to do a tour in May in Europe, and another great thing will be when I hear the audience joining. You know, that's going to be a great moment as well. and getting people involved is, you know, it's great. It's one of the things I want to do. Well,
Yusuf, good luck with that. Thank you very much for taking the time out to speak with us. Good speaking with you.
Thank you, Riz.
Thank you for joining us too. Now remember, you can follow the program on Twitter. We're going to keep you notified on upcoming shows, and you can send us questions and comments to pose to our guests. On the next show, as social revolutions sweep through the Middle East, how marginalized has the US become, and how will this affect its future role in the region? Be sure to tune in for that, but for now we leave you with more of Yusuf's musical tribute to the revolution in the Arab world, his new song, My People. See you next time.
My people.
Business Latest is brought to you by the Qatar Tourism Authority and Catalum. Business Latest is brought to you by the Qatar Tourism Authority and Catalum.
Bringing energy to life. RasGas, the power of the drop.
Afghanistan is faced with a huge challenge.
Relations have gone really sour between us and our allies.
We have inflicted considerable damage on the enemy.
The people who make international headlines.
Ultimately, the truth will out.
They want to stop this publication of information that embarrasses them.
Make time for Sir David Frost. Frost over the world. At this time on Al Jazeera.
Libya's leader claims moral authority, blaming drug-taking youths and Osama bin Laden for his nation's uprising. Hello, this is Al Jazeera live from Doha. I'm Taimur Nabili with the live and continuing coverage of events taking place in Libya. New moves to expel Libya from the UN Human Rights Council as a French diplomat claims the death toll could top 2,000. Swiss authorities take steps to freeze Gaddafi's assets in the country. And Libya's former justice minister tells Al Jazeera that Gaddafi has chemical weapons and is not afraid to use them. Well, in his latest address to the country, Libya's leader has compared himself to Britain's Queen Elizabeth, saying he is just a head of state. And he's blamed dissent in his country on Osama bin Laden. This was his second address to the nation since this uprising began, and Colonel Gaddafi sounded as defiant as ever. This time, he spoke via telephone rather than appearing in vision. And in the last half hour, Gaddafi has been losing even more support from his closest aides. Ahmed al-Dam has quit. He's seeking asylum in Egypt, where he is already based. In a moment, we'll get the latest from our correspondent in eastern Libya. First, here's Lawrence Lee with a wrap of the day's events.
The latest town to experience heavy fighting isn't very far from Tripoli, and that perhaps explains why protesters from Azawiyah have told Al Jazeera that the army came to the town and opened fire on them with heavy artillery, their hunting rifles no match. Witnesses said at least 100 were killed, and they expected the army to return after dark.
We asked them to stop all their fires, but they didn't reply. The shooting was direct to the people. They shot the people in the head and in the chest, direct. So they were trying to kill the people, not terrifying them.
If that's one version of events, the other came from Gaddafi himself. He turned up by telephone on Libyan television with a message to Azawiyah. He said the town had been infiltrated by Al-Qaeda, bin Laden, drugs and madness.
Why did Al-Zawiyah get involved in these issues like the bin Laden related matters? They have been brainwashing the kids and the young people of that area, teaching them how to misbehave. And those enemies who have been training your kids, those are the ones who are under bin Laden's influence and authority.
The Gaddafis are certainly not short of opinions on what's happening in their country. While his father was blaming Al-Qaeda and drugs for the revolts, Saif al-Islam Gaddafi once again accusing the outside media of invention and lies.
We have to understand that the conspiracy against us is not coming from Libyans. It is coming from our Arab brothers. They have used their media to spread lies and deception. Tomorrow, all media is coming and they will film everything. There is also an investigation committee, which includes foreigners. You will discover that we were deceived. You will find that this was the biggest lie to Libyans in our history.
As well as all these observations from the Gaddafis, Libyan TV has been showing other pictures aimed at putting the fear into the opposition. It isn't clear whether these men are alive or dead, though at least one is still moving. There was a message as well: give all your weapons in and we won't harm you. It's unlikely to be believed by the protesters. It's hardly surprising the government wants the opposition to agree to a weapons amnesty. These images from Misrata in the west, said to be the scene of new fighting after falling to the opposition, suggest the uprising